Oh, hell. I just got done with DF2 stream, and now we've got DF1 stream. God dang it. It's a round 13 in Singapore of SFR F1. What even is SFR F1 though? It's like multiplayer career, but with 20 people instead of 2 people. And you've got team principals? So it's 30 people? Yeah, it's 30 people. In a nutshell. Also realistic performance. We've got full quality today with 16 people, which means only one driver will be eliminated in Q1. Let me quickly check something. That things are running. Okay, great. Back to the broadcast. What do we got happening? Pandashpan is absent, and Ryu Zapyu from F2, Trident, is reserving in Alpine. There you go. We'll be able to see him doing stuff. He was reserving in Haas last round in Brazil. So moving from Haas to Alpine for this one. Interesting. And we also got Ligote reserving in Red Bull because Cookie isn't here. Our season 6 confirmed champion isn't attending today. So we're gonna see Ligote from Campos F2 in the Red Bull. That's gonna be interesting to see. Max Martin will be facing off in equal machinery against Ligote. And we've got Zombo out on track. We had some doubts whether a Rap Cup point can be awarded. Rap Cup is the competition going throughout the season where Rap Cup goes to the best driver in Q1, which means you need to get P16 in Q1 every time to get Rap Cup, or as often as possible. Let me quickly check my Discord. Oh, it's just the stream notifications. Good. Yeah, but it turns out 16 people attended, so Rap Cup does happen for this round as well. It's just going to be the person who is eliminated, so the worst driver. So if you're aiming for Rap Cup, this one's super easy, because you just need to be the slowest. You need to retire. But the risk is, I doubt the team principal will want to rehire you if you just like aim for Rap Cup. That might be iffy. Oh yeah, track map. There you go. Zumble already on a hot lap. Let's follow Zumble along. Zumble definitely one of the drivers at risk here, as he's in the worst car. The infamous AlphaTauri. It's gonna become V-carb in the next game. That's gonna be interesting to say every race, that the V-carb car is doing something. I think I'm gonna refuse to call them RBs, because that's just too confusing. It sounds like Red Bull. As we see Zumble invalidating his first hot lap here. How about Sauce in the Williams? Big Sauce is part of our ACC esports team, SimHaven Motorsports, which was doing amazing stuff today. Finishing up their 24-hour Notchläfer race. It was streamed by Acero Corsa Official, Kuno's official YouTube channel. That's pretty cool. So Bixos is a man of many racing games. Going through turn 13 here. Lucky 13. It's tricky to slow down the car for turn 14. As we just saw, Sauce struggled a little bit with steering there. Understandable. This is like an outlap actually, because he's not spending battery. Interesting. And Ryu on mediums? What is going on with these tires, man? People are on mediums and inters. Wow. Many of these drivers do not believe that they can be eliminated in this one, which is fair. I get it. We got 0 Haas cars today on track. Interesting. Haas repeating their curious strategy from the start of the season, which is not having any cars on track. I don't know if that's going to pay off. I don't think that's encouraged in this league. Might mean that they fall behind in constructors. Okay, hold up. Sauce is still not using any battery? Am I dreaming? What is going on here? Sauce is trolling the stream. And Ligot is on inters, saving soft compounds. Soft compound tires. Or something. With a car like Red Bull, and with one person being eliminated in Q1, it does indeed make sense to go for inters in Q1. And now Sauce is going in. I am confused by what Sauce is doing in this Q1 session. Ligot and Alex are on actual laps. Alex using inters here, feeling confident. I said that it's okay for Red Bull to take this risk. Is it okay for Williams? That one's tricky. Turn 16. One of the trickiest ones, especially the exit. You have to cut it very close to with the barrier. Oh, this was just a exploration lap from Alex, apparently. Because that time cannot stick, right? There's no way. 36.8. There's no way. Alright, who is actually going to do a hot lap here? Miniko? Ah, Miniko, using his battery on softs. There we go. Finally a normal quali lap we're about to see. Oh, Taco. Getting disqualified from quali. That one's that's a wrap cup point for Taco, I guess. What the hell? I'm gonna ask Taco if he wants to. I'm gonna ask Taco if he wants to join. The commentary booth. And I'm gonna move into admin chat. There we go. Ah, Big Sus retires, seeing that Taco got DSQ'd. Oh, so everybody can retire now. Right. This has to be the weirdest qualifying session we've ever had in SFR. It has to be. And drivers need to be careful not to lose it into the wall, because if you DNF fully, like you crash the car, you are not going into Q2, no matter what. So, some care is required for sure. We might have Taco joining any moment. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
There is the Wrap Cup point winner.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Taco, you cost me a prediction point because I said to FB that Big Sauce is gonna get Wrap Cup points this weekend.
Well, it's unfortunate.
So obviously you are letting people through, which means you go slow on the exit of the pit lane, and in turn that means that you might block someone who is behind you, which is completely normal in real life, which would be completely normal in real life, and no one would be mad at you probably for doing that. But the game decides to DSQ you from the quali session.
Also, there is no one behind me.
Oh, there was also no one behind you? Okay, well, even if there was, that makes no sense, right? Because you have to let people through that are, doing hot laps. But yeah, if there was no one behind you, then that's even crazier, I guess, although both are crazy. People are still doing laps to practice. We're talking about practice, not the game, practice. And they're having fun on wets and inters, and you made that possible. So, are you feeling like you, at least, let people have some fun? You did something good?
I don't know.
It's certainly generous what you did, right? Letting them have their fun on wets and inters.
I feel like I was robbed. Hashtag robbed.
I guess the person who is robbed can feel like they did something generous, or vice versa. Someone who does something generous can be like, I robbed myself. Right? Speaking of being generous, we're hosting a fundraiser for the victims of the Gaza Strip bombings on our Discord server. The channel is called Gaza Fundraiser. You can be generous like Taco here, who gifted the Q2 to everyone else in the session, and gift money to Save the Children Fund. And then, in return, you're going to get money from us, because we're going to make your copy of F124 cheaper if you're buying it on Steam, because we've got a giveaway where you can win £25 or €25 in the raffle. Even if you donate just the minimum amount, which is £5, you may win a way bigger amount of money, which will make your F124 way cheaper. Not many people have donated, even though large sums have been donated. And those people that donate large sums, they can win the giveaway, and then you can win the next giveaway after they're gone. So it really is worthwhile just dropping the minimum amount of money to get that one ticket in, even if you don't want to be super generous.
I sent the clip, by the way, so...
Ah. Let's see that. I'm watching it off camera. I'm gonna narrate it. Oh, you stopped on the pit lane exit. So Taco is leaving the pit lane, and to let a car by, he is stopping. Okay, it was pretty excessive that you stopped and everything, but honestly, like, what the hell, right?
True. But it was for like so little time.
Yeah. I mean, someone with an acute understanding of how extremely glitchy and toxic the game can be would be able to avoid this. But at the same time, like, you can't be blamed for this kind of incompetence, because, like, What the hell, right? Like that makes
Yeah.
no sense. But yeah, I mean, uh, it's just one of those idiosyncrasies where the game will punish you for something that isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Exist now, the last one to set the time. I think the drivers are still setting times because they're like, well, he got DSQ'd, but if I DNF with no time, I might still get put below him, maybe. So they want to just make sure that the game doesn't screw them over. And Exist has now set his lap, and now everyone has a time. So that should mean that they're clear into Q2. And Pekka will be the beneficiary of the wrap cup point, as I said before.
I was just trying to avoid all the carnage in the front, so I was like,
Yeah, you're gonna.
I'll take it easy.
Not only are you gonna score the wrap cup point, you're also gonna be able to establish a new competition, the SFR comeback run, where you get into P1 from P16 or something. Probably gonna be named after you when you win this race, right? Cookie isn't here, so your odds are way better now. Roulatorn might make it difficult though. Okay, so I need to take advantage of the fact that I have this. Uh, what's the? Wait a minute. What's the expression in English when someone is like not fake and it has to do with blood? It's like full-blooded or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean.
Hmm. There's an expression in English when someone is like real and not fake, and it has blood in it, like of flesh and something. Real flesh, real fleshy guy. Anyway, I completely forgot the expression, so I'm just not gonna use it. I gotta take advantage of the fact that I have a real AlphaTauri F1 driver in the commentary booth, and I gotta ask you, what kind of preparation did you do for Singapore?
I did some laps,
No,
and I
no,
realized
no neutrals. The racist term is pure-blooded. I avoided saying that. Yeah, sorry, Taco.
I did some laps, and those laps, I realized the car wasn't good,
Okay, well, yeah.
and yeah,
I knew,
that's
and
about
then
it.
you did some more laps.
Yeah.
You sound real disillusioned with the AlphaTauri car in this game.
Oh
Are
no,
you?
no, I think it's fine on some tracks, but not this track.
Oh, it's specifically this track. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I thought that
specifically
you were
this
making
track.
a joke like, ah, the AlphaTauri is just like beyond saving, but you mean this track. All right, all right. You
It's beyond
you
saving
must
on this
be
specific track.
you must be looking forward to the next game where AlphaTauri suddenly gets like becomes like the sixth best car or something. Maybe I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, that's if I'm still there.
That's if you make it. Yeah, I mean if uh no matter what, it seems that one of the biggest factors in SFR is like consistency in attendance. If even if you aren't a top driver, even if you aren't a FICO or a Cohen or a Rulatorn or a Cookie, attending every race still means a lot because you get a chance for points every time, right?
Yeah.
We can see that especially with Team Haas this weekend, a team that we cannot see out on track because they're not here, and that really shows you that like, hey, if Haas hires Taco, let's say next game or next season or whatever, would they have a car out on track right now? They probably would if this was next season because you almost always attend, right? So yeah, even if you're not a Cookie or a Rultorn or a Kogoda, you can still make some stuff happen because you attend.
True. Not feeling it today though. Be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, neutrals. There is some term that has like blood in it that just means like, oh, someone's not fake, but I forgot the term. But I did think of pure-blooded, and I was like, oh
But
wait, that's the thing that like Nazis say.
like they're of flesh and blood. I don't know.
Oh, maybe of flesh and blood is the term. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what I was thinking
I
of.
don't hear that said too often. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's something somewhere in my mind with that, but I don't know anymore. I'm gonna Google it later. Or ask ChatGPT to explain what's happening. Of mice and men. Yeah. All right, Zomble now. This time Zomble has to prove himself. He doesn't get a quick. He doesn't get a quick pass into the next quali session. So we're gonna go on board with Zomble for this hot lap that
Well, I'll
he's
give
about
you
to
some
start.
insight. We're both
Yeah.
we're both a second off of Alex.
Hmm. Okay, sounds like AlphaTauri is fucked for this one for sure.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
That's the dark side of SFR for you. That the realistic performance can make some battles not happen at all, and then it's yikes. But hey, in other areas, realistic performance shines. It's just not AlphaTauri on this track. Woof. Zombo being let through by Max or Ligo there. Not sure. Was that Max? Yeah, it was Max.
Lego's driven in F1 like
In
long ago.
Haas, right?
Yeah, I feel like he was in Haas like some time ago.
Yeah. I definitely remember Ligo being in a Haas. He may have reserved in some other team once, like something
I feel
like
like that was
Aston or Mercedes or something. I don't know.
that might have been like the 2021 game though, maybe 22.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. I only remember him being in Haas like once. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Ligo does not really attend F1 much. That does not reserve in F1 much. But he was a nice chance to prove himself in the best car on the grid, right? Pretty big opportunity for Ligo.
Arguably.
The shame, it's a shame that he didn't get much warning before, so he didn't get to practice his ass off for this. So this opportunity is like a fake one, because he didn't really get to capitalize on it on his terms, because he couldn't practice. Zumble sets a 131.4. Let's see if anyone is tricky on inters. No, they're done doing that. Minico gets provisional pole over Lennart, who didn't set a good time really in the Ferrari. Either made a mistake there or was conservative on purpose, just to do a banker. Keeping it out of the walls, maybe? Notably, Alex is over Lennart. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think Alex has some unreal pace here. I don't know what happened, but he literally is like not esports level, but like crazy fast here, and I don't know what's happened to him.
I have been noticing lately that Alex has been doing this weird thing that not many drivers in SFR do, which is practicing. I remember we had a mod meeting on Friday, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do some laps on Singapore and do some practice." And I was just like, we're talking about practice. Not the game where I go out and pour my heart out on the court every day. Not the game. Not the game. We're talking about practice. What are we talking about? We're talking about practice. Yeah, so Alex, so far Alex is faster than Leonard and Casper. Also combined, if you combine Leonard and Casper, his time is still better. Because that would be 3 minutes and over 1 second. Oh, Ruletorn. Ruletorn on provisional pole ahead of Max, 6/10. And Minico falls to P3. Ryu is in P4 with the Alpine. I caught Ryu practicing once as well. Okay, Kogoda. Let's see Kogoda. Finishing a lap right now. Going wild on that exit with the throttle. P3. That's pretty good for a Mercedes. Not bad for a scrub who only won 3 championships.
I think there's a lot of track evolution on this track because these times are very off of time trial and practice session.
That sounds possible to me.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of track evolution, so let's see how that.
Because of how quote unquote rigged this game is. By the way, I'm on board with Legoat if you want to spectate the same stuff. Because of how quote unquote rigged this game is, I wouldn't be surprised if many tracks had these kinds of these kinds of secret little, for lack of a better word, gizmos about them, where on one track, for example, there's like way more track evolution in QUALI.
Yeah.
On another track, the water gets cleared way faster than on some other track, right? Not
Yeah, there's
because
probably.
not because of banked corners, because that's not how water is simulated in this game, but because they typed in a number like in a
Yeah,
text file.
there's probably modifiers for track evolution and
Yeah, because they use
other
config
things.
files, like just like it's just values in config files, right?
Yeah.
Uh, that's also how we get car performance for our evaluation of the realistic performance mode or whatever. Ligo gets P10, 130.6. So that's the thing I was talking about, which is he gets this massive opportunity in the Red Bull in Singapore, but not really because he only found out like 20 minutes before the race, so he wasn't able to really prepare and really capitalize on the opportunity beforehand, right? So far, up for elimination in Q2 are Legoat, who just got overtaken by someone. I didn't notice who just finished. Was it Henry? Must have been Henry. Henry had no time before, maybe. So up for elimination so far are Legoat, Casper in the Aston, Igzish in the Alpine, getting stomped by his reserve teammate so far, who is Ryu in P6. Zumble in an AlphaTauri, no huge surprise there. Like you said, AlphaTauri underperforming on this track. And Big Sauce in the Williams. I got a feeling Big Sauce can do more here.
I believe so.
And
Yeah.
also Legoat and Casper in Igzish. I believe. Oh, Neutrals points out that Lego did drive F2 just now. Yeah, that's true. That he's gonna have some sense, at least, of like the flow of the track in his muscles. Some muscle memory will be built up from F2.
True, but there's different breaking points, lots of different things about.
He didn't do so well in F2 as well. He lost his front wing in the first one, and then drove very bravely and like finished P5 or something without a front wing. That was fun. And then in the feature race, he DNF'd in lap 1. So that was X.
Almost putting it the wall.
We didn't get that on camera, but Zumbo heading into the pits now after a scare. He will have time to do at least one more lap, surely, right?
Yeah.
To try to get a leg up. Big Sauce now. Is he on a hot lap from the battery? It looks like he is, but I don't want to say too soon and then regret it.
He is on a hot lap.
Yeah, that battery is getting used, so that's nice. We have something to watch. If it wasn't Big Sauce, we'd have no one to watch. Oh, Nikon just started a hot lap though. We'll be able to switch to Nikon later, but Big Sauce is at risk of elimination, so. Oh, I am gonna make you a bit louder though for the stream. 150, 160. There we go. I just made you a bit louder on Discord. Your beautiful voice, and sometimes the Aztec death whistle, but only sometimes. That would be funny if it happened on stream.
Yeah.
And people on Twitch chat would be like, "Oh, what was that? Did you sacrifice someone in the back?" No, it was just Taco's mic glitching out. Don't worry about it.
That happened also, but it was just my mic that time.
We're gonna cut it out in post anyway. Just like I cut out this person's heart just now, and they said, "Ah!" All right. And Big Sauce is careful around that last corner, and he does not get out of Q1 with this lap. 130.6.
A good try though.
40 milliseconds behind the Red Bull though. So he's either Ligo should feel horrible or Bixo should feel cool, you know? Or both.
I think that's a decent lap.
Yeah. Nikon. Oh, Nikon just finished a lap. P4 provisionally now. That has to be good enough. Oh, did he just teleport Did he just teleport like 500 meters? I think he did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He
Not
told
again.
he told me to tell him if he teleports a lot
I didn't see it. 'cause I
in
was-
Discord so that he can retire and not get 5 penalty points. However, that was just a one-time thing. Now that I'm spectating him, he's not teleporting 500 meters, so maybe it's fine. Maybe I'll tell him about this, and I'll just like tell him the whole truth after quali, or like when there's a tiny bit of downtime. Anyway, who do we got on a hot lap? Is Ligout on a hot lap? This Red Bull is at risk of getting eliminated in Q2. We should probably cover that. Ligout is making his way past turn 10. I think that is. It's gotta be. Wait, 11, 12. Oh, yeah, it might be turn 10. Might be turn 9 too. I'm not sure. Hey, Cringe. Hey, Cringe just tuned in as Formula Cringe and not as SimHaven. That's funny. He's always SimHaven on Twitch chat. We have Ligoed here. Maybe about to be eliminated in Q2, so that's a pretty big.
I think he's
big
getting
deal.
he's getting slipstreamed by Max Martin here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice to see teamwork like that. And
I don't think it was that effective though.
yeah, it may have gained him. Oh no!
Around.
Oh no! Okay, is it Jover for Ligoed here? Can he do another lap?
I think he has fuel, but he doesn't have ERS, so
Yeah.
he might. He doesn't have time to go around another time, so this is
Yeah.
it. So he has to do this without optimal ERS.
But let's be real. If there's any car that can do
If
that,
there is any car that can do it, oh, and there's.
did he just hit a
invalidation.
wall?
He snapped.
He invalidated though.
invalidated.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
You're right.
over.
For anyone who doesn't know, as you can see in the bottom right, the track map is like all red. That means he invalidated the lap. The game doesn't tell you outright, but as spectators we can tell from the color.
Casper is eliminated.
Casper?
Yep.
Oh, because he just finished the lap and there's no more time. Alright, 30.5. Yeah, I don't remember what Casper said, but Casper did say something about like I'm gonna underperform because I didn't get much practice because some legit reason. I don't remember what the legit reason was, but I remember him giving some legit reason like, oh, I was sick or something. I don't remember. Formula Cringe asks, why is Ligo at RB? He's not at RB, he's in Red Bull.
You said RV earlier, and I was gonna say that, but I was like, ah.
I'm not gonna make lame jokes. Oh wait, I am. The Zumble with 31.1 also will be eliminated in Q2. No shock there because it is AlphaTauri, and as you said, it sucks on this track especially. Ixich has another chance to get out of Q2. Oh yeah, Ligoat. Ligoat is reserving because neutrals needed someone last minute. And Ligoat was like basically the only person there, and Cookie backed out last minute because Cookie had something come up in real life. So that's why. Not the first time Ligoat is reserving in F1, but certainly the first time Ligoat is reserving in a top team in F1. Or like the top team, almost, you could say. Because there's only one top team in this game, in this like cycle. Aye. We're on board with Ixich now. Casper now confirms his elimination from Q2, as has Big Sauce. Ligoat is... Oh, Ligoat just entered the pits.
A great hairpin from
So
Zombo.
Ligoat didn't try for that one, or like realize that he's not, making up the delta.
Exist is massively up.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Oh, and he just snapped and hit the wall.
Yep.
Commentator's curse.
He's just massively up, and I was like, can I press L to see lap data on my keyboard? And as I look down at my keyboard, he snaps and hits the wall.
Q2 over.
Yeah. So the eliminated drivers will be from the bottom. Ixish, Zombo, Ligoat, Bixos, Casper? Something like that. I may have messed up the order a little bit there, but that's the 5 drivers for sure. Uh, a Red Bull eliminated in Q2. Actually, not the first time we're seeing this season because Max has been eliminated before in Q2, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
So it's actually not the.
I was gonna say Waps was, but that was short quality, so no.
Casper is asking for an invite. He's gonna need it soon-ish. I'm gonna re-invite Casper in a sec for sure. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna message Nikon and I'm gonna say, you teleported 400 meters once, but it doesn't seem to be frequent. So maybe no worries, question mark. I'm just gonna like put all the pressure on him and be like, you worry about if this is concerning. All right. So in Q3, oh yeah, that's Casper. Can I access the menu now without the game glitching out? I can. If you're not super familiar with F1, you might be like, what? But yes, that's a thing. If you're not careful and you access the menu early in a session, you will not be able to leave the menu and then you will not be able to spectate the race. Okay, so in this Q3, we got a Williams in the form of Alex. We got an Alfa Romeo as well, an F1 Senna. The other Alfa Romeo isn't even attending because that was Mythos, who did not have any reserve replacing him. And something with internet is happening to Mythos. Maybe he moved and he doesn't have internet at the new house, something like that. Formula Cringe in the chat says, Nikon, remember you were at 7 penalty points, no pressure. I think someone is happy that they're not on 7 penalty points anymore. Or rather, that they got unbanned recently. If there's anyone who knows the pressures of having 7 penalty points, it's Cringe and other 5 people who did this. Wait a minute, that's also true for Max, isn't it? Max is also 7. We got Max and Nikon, both in Q3 on 7 penalty points.
I'm gonna shout out the strategy we're doing before the race. I'm gonna do soft, medium.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Soft, medium. That's good for safety cars. You're predicting that there is going to be safety cars.
Yes.
At a circuit like this, I would tend to agree.
How many safety cars were there in F2?
In F2?
Yes.
In F2, there were so few people that you would think that there's 0 safety cars, and yet they somehow had one anyway. So yeah, it was pretty safety car heavy. Sprint race had 0 because it had VSCs when people lost front wings, and feature race did have 1 SC when Ligo died, and also had 1 VSC, I believe. Maybe even 2 VSCs somewhere there. I'm not sure. But there was 1 SC in the feature race with only like 9 people. So yeah, this track can be pretty trigger happy on the safety car, I think. We're on board with Ryu now, who's going through Sector 2 in the Alpine. The realistic performance Alpine.
It's not very realistic to real life right now.
Yeah. Game's always behind in time.
Yeah.
Because Cody's work tirelessly. But they cannot work infinitely quickly. Gee, I wonder how F124 is looking right now.
Who knows?
We are nearing that time where we're about to be super stressed out about
we're-
the new game sucking.
We're less than 2 months away.
Yeah, I'm optimistic, honestly. because of Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
It just fills me with optimism that they're gonna be working with an engine that they don't have to like make at the same time as they're making the game.
True.
Which, yeah, I guess it's mostly hopium, but the logic is that they have to work less hard on the engine and they can work more hard on the game, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's not amazing logic, but it'll get me through until May 31st, and then we'll see for ourselves.
The only thing is they probably can't reuse as many assets, so like
Yeah.
might be worse because they kind of have to rebuild from the ground up.
Yep. There's totally this other side of the coin, which is, oh no, new engine. This game's gonna be the worst one ever, probably. It's like also completely sensible to say that, right? So yeah, it's a two-sided coin. Oh, Max Martin puts in a 2 minutes 7 seconds because he was letting someone through and abandoned the lap.
No, that's real pace, real pace.
Or that's his real pace. Who's out? Oh, Rulatorn just started a hot lap, and he's the favorite probably to get Paul here. So let's go on board with Rulatorn. Actually, with telemetry. Let's do it. Let's see it with telemetry. It doesn't seem that the F1 cars have the same bug for the spectators as the F2 cars. I just noted in F2 how like they're over revving all the time if you go on board with someone. But F1 doesn't seem to have that. So it must be an F2 specific bug. It must be. Because Rotron isn't doing crazy over revving all the time here for me, so looks like that bug doesn't exist in F1. Okay, Rulatorn about to finish up here. Crossing the line at 28.1. And we'll see how Leonard and Max Martin can compete with that. Oh, Max Martin did not do a hot lap. Still. On, like, didn't use these tires. He must have abandoned his hot lap for some reason and then was just like, I'm gonna let people through, and that's how this two minutes time got produced, yeah. I guess. Let's see Kogoda.
Unless he was doing 2 warm-up laps on purpose, that's probably is what happens.
2 warm-up laps? But he didn't set any time.
Yeah.
You mean warm-up for him?
Yeah, because otherwise the 2-minute wouldn't be showing up if he only did 1 warm-up lap. But he must have backed out of 1 and then just continued and then went into the pits the next time around.
I got pinged. I got pinged! Oh, Nikon says, okay, gonna keep racing. Yeah, that's fair.
You got mail.
Neutral's got an advertisement on our Twitch stream in Indian rupees. That's fun. I'm happy that you get an advertisement at all. Because that means we're getting money. Money. I think we make like £10 per year or something.
All in.
Obviously, it just goes to fund Haven GT servers. and the website is like way more expensive than that and everything. So this organization operates at a huge loss every year. Frankly, I would also like to count me buying these games as loss. Because I wouldn't be playing F1 games anymore if I wasn't running this. It's not that I don't like F1 or something. It's just that these games are not worth that much money. Yeah, what is the Romanian currency? No one knows except Max Martin. Formula Cringe pondering that question as well in Twitch chat.
Nikon's doing very well after a Brazil that wasn't particularly notable.
Nikon so far doing an amazing Cohen impersonation.
Well, it was notable in a few ways, but mostly in the penalty point ways.
Why did neutrals just say don't question mark and then dong question mark? Is he saying that dongs are the Romanian currency? No way. Nikon just invalidated, man. Commentator's curse strikes again.
I think he invalidated on his in lap. I don't think this was an attempted lap anyways. He just finished this.
Oh, right, he just finished. Right. I completely got lost in the sauce because we were praising Nikon and then he invalidated. And like, I stopped thinking, yeah, he's not doing a hot lap anyway. You are right. Because you can look at his battery, it's empty. It was a typo. I was saying they use the Romanian dong. Alright, Romanians use dongs. I'm gonna write that down in my things to use to diss Max notebook. No one to watch on a hot lap. But Lennart is about to start one. So we're gonna observe the Dutch Ferrari.
Alright, and for these final set of laps, I'm gonna go back to AlphaTauri channel.
Alright, fair. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep.
Good luck in the race. And as Taco heads out, we're gonna go on board with our boy Lennart. He's been the number 2 at Ferrari this season. However, he's got great potential. He's an amazing sim racer. It's just that the stars haven't quite aligned in season 6 for him in SFR. And also maybe a little fatigue from the F1 games being kind of bad. He scrapes the wall there in turn 12. But that's not a problem. You kind of want to do that on this track sometimes. Just like Jeddah, which we're going to have Jeddah next weekend as well. That's another technical street circuit track. However, with a different vibe to it, because this track is like, you know, heavy downforce and Jeddah is more low downforce. Because it's mostly a big straight. And Lennart crosses it. 28.7. More than half a second behind Ruletorn. But at least he's decisively ahead of everyone else. So Lennart shouldn't be feeling too sad about that result in quali. Now let's switch over to Kogoda. It's possible that Kogoda steals this pole position from Ruletorn with a big performance. I think we have seen that before on other tracks. It's also very likely that Max can snatch it away because Max is in the Red Bull, of course, best car. And Kogoda just a bit short. Max Martin beating Kogoda. So we're ending up with the first row being Ruletorn Max Martin and the second row being Kogoda Lennart. Lennart being beaten out by the Mercedes and the Red Bull at the end, but no one was able to even come that close to Ruletorn. Kogoda 7 tenths behind Ruletorn. Max Martin 6 tenths behind Ruletorn, and Lennart just a few milliseconds behind Kogoda. Cringe says F1 has bad FFB, which is force feedback on for people that don't know sim racing slang. And if they improve it, it could be a great game. And Neutral says maybe they will on the new engine. Yeah, with the new engine, they might have more time for things like that. Having good FFB is a matter of having lots of testing go back and forth, right? Which maybe they'll be more able to do now with the new engine. I wouldn't hold my breath though.